It's 8:08 on a Friday, and it's time to set it off on Island T. We are so happy to have back with us returning champion, Kortensia.
Really now. Good morning, all. Good morning to the diaspora, to the region, to the federation. It is indeed a pleasure to be back. Thank you for that warm welcome.
And of course, the political hazard. I mean, Azard.
Jamsa, you're just one with the jokes this morning, aren't you? You are the announcer. I must say, exactly, extraordinaire.
He sounds like he's on WWE.
Exactly. You know?
Jamsa, how are you doing, though?
Let's just hope that no one gets to rock bottom.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
So, pleasant morning to everybody. How is everyone doing? I see we have started this morning on a very jovial note. That's good. What's in your cup, Kortensia?
Well, I'm having coffee this morning. It's Friday. I try to keep the energy high because remember that's the day when the energy wants to plunge. So I am having coffee. Yeah.
Oh, and here I see you have made some peppermint tea.
Yeah. No, mint. Mint.
Oh, mint tea.
And Jamsa, what's in your cup?
Green tea with lemon.
Early this
Lemon
morning
juice.
I had green tea with turmeric and black pepper and vervain.
Oh, good.
So
The
that was
black
my
pepper,
start. Yeah, because imagine it takes black pepper to activate turmeric.
Yeah, or fat. So coconut, you can do coconut milk as well. Yeah.
But I don't got. No, I use coconut oil because I did the oil
Yeah,
pull this
you can
morning.
do- yeah, that works
I was
too.
having a healthy
works.
morning.
Oh, that's cool.
Yes,
Yeah.
you.
Yeah.
Did your coffee came with sugar?
It probably does have a little, but I didn't put any in it. Yeah, because it's one of the pack ones. So yeah, blame the manufacturer, not me. But it's not sweet because I add a lot of water to my coffee.
Well, let me throw a monkey wrench of.
He's gonna talk about the sugar intake now. Go ahead.
No. I'm just gonna throw a monkey wrench. In the joviality right now.
Okay.
You notice you've been driving down Wellington Road and you see them fixing the road into Manchester Avenue, right?
Okay.
So, I mean, earlier in the week I saw it and I was like, oh, okay, they're finally going to widen. I just gave it a cursory look. I thought, okay, they're finally going to widen the road. Okay, that's good. So I'm walking home yesterday and I noticed, I really looked and then I was at the gate by NHC and I asked one of the guys here called out to me and I said, wait, because I had really looked now. I said, so they're not widening the road? He said, no. I said, but that makes no sense. And he said, yeah, that's the same thing we've been saying. So they're not widening the road. They're just...
Where's Manchester Avenue again, guys? Sorry, I'm trying to think of the...
That's across from NHC, the tiny
Oh,
road.
the small roads that we learned driving.
Yes.
Okay, because I'm
tiny
trying
road.
to figure out if it's there or if it's across, but my brain... I'm trying to see the names of the streets.
So the individual who's working on the road has been telling them
to widen it.
that.
Well, the impression I got from the guy who worked at NHC was just across, observing, just like me. I said, well, it doesn't make sense. Yes, it doesn't make sense that they're not widening it. And he said, yeah, we were saying the same thing.
So they're just resurfacing.
They're just resurfacing it, but that doesn't make any sense because one, they have a parking lot of sorts there for the new apartments, right? There is no real. Doesn't seem like there's going to be any real egress exit for that, and then the road is just as narrow because even when you're driving a regular width car, you have to go through there with like on pins and needles. The only thing you can go through there on without having to worry probably is a motorcycle. And
A
I'm
bicycle.
I'm thinking the
thing.
vehicles are getting bigger, and this is 2024, and there they are. What they were doing, apparently, all they're doing is just putting the sidewalk back, but it's going to be the same old width, and that makes no sense to
Now
me.
the sidewalk could get a little slimmer.
Maybe they have a good reason, but maybe not.
Oh boy, oh boy. Well, I hope the powers that be listening and realize that we don't even... Do we still use those streets to drive? Because I don't want to say the wrong thing, because I got my license eons ago. I wouldn't tell you.
Oh, you mean if we use those streets to
You remember
as practice,
yes.
as a
Do
test?
we still use those streets?
That's been a while. I got my license in 2008. Probably feels like forever now.
That's so. Imagine when I got mine. I just won't tell you. Wink, wink. Yeah, because they used to take us in there. I remember my first attempt in there. I had a problem coming. It's a street where you come down. Where if you make a left, you get to where they have the chicken. What is the chicken? Gillies? Yeah, I think my first attempt in there, there was a big tree in the middle. You had to come around. I think I hit the side, and the police just say go back to the station. I was like, okay, yeah, whatever. I failed, but I didn't quit.
You know, I was reading this article by Kortensia, and it's in relation to Belize, and all over it seems like criminal activity is rampant.
Yeah.
And here it says the Belize government, to further clamp down on criminal gangs. And here the Prime Minister of Belize said he has expressed his disappointment at the decision of the court to impose a fine of Belizean dollars 1,500 on two men who admitted that they were members of a criminal gang. So he goes on further to say, right, that the Prime Minister has hinted at the possibility of amending existing legislation to further tighten the penalties given to the courts to deal with criminal gang members. He told reporters that once individuals are found guilty of being gang members, there might have to be an amendment to the law to require those persons to be in prison. He says this: the law is very clear that if you are a gang member, you can get 10 years imprisonment. If you are head of a gang, you can get as much as 20 years. And he says, the article goes on to say further, this is a quote as well, unfortunately, for one reason or the other, in San Pedro, and I have to be very careful how I say this, for whatever reason, the police department took two gang members to court in San Pedro. They admitted or they have accepted that they're guilty, and they're just given $1,500 fine. And I believe that what we can't, that's a slap on the people of San Pedro, because these gangs have been terrorizing the people in San Pedro. So we have said that we are going to go after them. That's the end of the quote. And this is a quote again by the Prime Minister. So that what I read was a quote by him. Of course, it seemed like it was heated because even the language you see kind of a little choppy. But it goes on to say that the reporters say we cannot allow a small group of people to terrorize this country. And we are even talking about maybe even amending the law to ensure that once you're a gang member and you're found guilty, you're going to jail. End of quote. So here, the reason why I highlight this article is the fact that they're giving prison time to persons if you are associated, well, let's not use that word, if you are a member of a gang. So if you are found guilty of being a member of a gang,
you're in problems.
Jail time. So that is how they are, based on this article and based on the words of the Prime Minister. It seems as though in Belize, once you are a member of a gang, there is possible jail time. And he is saying the fact that there was a fine given would have meant that there would have been an option. And so it seems as if what the Prime Minister is suggesting is that they amend the law to ensure that it is just that once you're a member, found as a member, accepted that you're a member, jail time.
But who's gonna accept excuse me, who's gonna accept and say that, yeah, I'm a member of a gang when jail time is involved? Let's say I see that person, I say, yeah, he's a non-gang member. He has to defend himself. He can say, no, I don't know what you speak of. Maybe she doesn't like me. Maybe she hates me. So she's saying what she's saying to try to get me locked up. So it's for them to actually have proof that they are gang members.
It says here that the Prime Minister also acknowledged that medical doctors are also being terrorized by gangsters, saying that the situation is not confined to Belize. I think, well, he says here, yeah. And then he says, it happens in the United States. Just yesterday in the United States, they hijack a public transport bus. So for you to say it's a failure because something like that happens in every society, now the failure would be if we refuse to act. So it goes, and these are quotes by the Prime Minister. He says, if you look at what we've been doing over the years, we've been strengthening the police department. We've been given more equipment. We've been getting more police, he said, adding that the government has approved more funds for law enforcement officials to be able to continue to monitor the northern borders and to ensure that gangs or cartel cannot come into Belize. So clearly, and I think earlier when I read the article where parts of Belize were under a state of emergency.
Yeah.
So it seems like in Belize there's really some sort of very heightened criminal activity terrorizing the community, to the point that the Prime Minister is speaking out that, you know, if you're a member of a gang, the laws provide that you could get imprisonment. And the fact that the person got the 1,500 would, in my view, seem to suggest that at this point in time, there is an option of imprisonment or finding.
Or paying, okay.
But he seems to say that seemed to have been a slap on the wrist, and so he's going to make it even stricter, or more strict, sorry.
By sending you to prison.
By making it just one route.
Either or.
Yeah.
10 or 20. Wow.
Well, 20 if you're
the leader.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. It's either 10 or 20.
So
who is gonna admit that they're leader of a gang knowing that they have 20 years?
That law,
serve?
I mean, it's very strict. I guess they're very up to their necks. I wonder if there would be any challenges to that law, you know, in terms of legal minds and legal authority, because that would be restriction of one's freedom, you know, by the association or being a member.
But think of the freedom of the folks that they're terrorizing.
No, I understand that.
So you think 10 and 20 years is too much for being a member and being the leader?
It's not my personal view. I'm just looking at perhaps any challenges in the future, because there's still, you know, provisions in the Constitution that provides certain. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't know if there would be challenges, and there might be possibility of challenges.
Okay.
Maybe a legal mind might challenge it.
Okay.
You understand?
Fair enough. And since we're on the regional news,
you know, Azard did the equivalent of think of you know, if you have like say you have some rocks, right? In a river, like maybe a fairly narrow river, but you're trying to go. But the river is infested with crocodiles, right? Or some other pesky predator, right? And Azard's answers are like kind of negotiating each rock, trying to avoid
any trouble.
Yeah, like let me. Oh, that one has moss. Let me
have you finished drinking your coffee or your tea?
He has tea. He has tea. So I was looking at an article that says it was from last July 2023. It says Cuba slams presence of U.S. nuclear sub at Guantanamo Bay. I'm only gonna do the heading, right? So this was last July the 12th, 2023, right? And now 18 hours ago, it says U.S. sub pulls into Guantanamo Bay a day after Russian warships arrive.
Yeah.
So it's just it's just like months difference, but it's like dun. Yeah, it's the same thing again, because Cuba was upset when they came last year, and now U.S. pulls into with the same type
Hey,
of stuff.
geopolitics is so weird. I mean,
Yeah,
here you
yeah.
are, a country that has been basically a thorn in America's side for,
And they're over
and they
there.
have a base in.
Yeah,
It's
and I
so
don't.
weird.
How does that work?
Yeah,
You
and
don't want me. You have so many
Yeah.
embargoes on me.
Yeah.
You allow me to come, yes, but there's so many hoops I have to go around to
Yeah.
get there. But then,
And
listen,
supposedly
some
they don't.
people are
they-
real boss and bully.
Supposedly they don't have diplomatic relations, but there's a U.S. interest section with an embassy that is everything an embassy does except being called an embassy. It's weird. I don't
Oh
know.
boy.
But we
Yeah.
have, some local news here. The St. Kitts Tourism welcomes Anne Fontenelle Clark as the new CEO. So, I'm not going to go through all of it, but just do the announcement. It's on Loop News, and it says that Mrs. Clark, she has been appointed as the new Chief Executive Officer of the St. Kitts Tourism Authority. Her appointment is effective from July 1st. So
Yeah.
we're in June. Okay, July 1st.
Yeah.
Next
Oh,
month.
okay.
I
so-
was about
Mhm.
to. I was actually. I had pulled that up to talk about next, and I was gonna look up. They said she's gonna be trying to prioritize romance, and I was gonna look up MICE in the tourism context to see.
Mhm.
My-
'Cause they said- yeah, what's that? You know? You
No,
might know.
no,
You're-
no,
oh,
no,
you
no,
know?
no.
Okay.
No,
Look it
that's the
up and
first
see.
one. I just said that because of the spelling.
Yeah,
No, I'm
I
not
was
quite
wondering.
sure.
Yeah, I can, and it's not one of those.
So you're
things.
gonna look it up?
Yeah.
Okay, so while you're looking that up, let's give kudos and congratulations to 14 nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis that graduated the Monroe College. So the graduates braved the challenges of COVID-19 and other things to excel in their studies, and this article is by Yolanda Weeks. So I'm just gonna highlight the graduates and say kudos and congratulations, and keep reaching for the stars. So the graduation was held. That would have been yesterday, June 13, 2024. The graduates include Doris Bradshaw Smith. She has a Master of Public Health. Davel Clark Keynes, Master of Public Health. It's Zara, I hope I'm saying it right, Zara Benjamin, or Zaira Benjamin, Bachelor's of Business Administration, Health Services Administration, with a minor in human resource management, and she's got summa cum laude. And as myself and Azard was discussing earlier, that's the highest honor. There's Tricia Jeffers, Masters of Business Administration, Business Management. Renisha Hobson, Bachelor's of Business Administration, Hospitality Management, and she too have the highest honors, that's summa cum laude. We have Natisha Johnson, Bachelor's of Business Administration and Accountant. She have cum laude. We have Lovell Pemberton, Bachelor's of Science, Public Health with a minor in Human Resources, summa cum laude. Antonice Greer, Bachelor's of Business Administration, Hospitality Management, cum laude. Shanika Ordain, Associate of Applied Science Accountant, cum laude. Yadene Collins, a Bachelor's of Science, Computer Networks and Cybersecurity, summa cum laude. Sabrina Orr, Bachelor's of Business Administration, Hospitality Management, cum laude. DeAndre Smith, Bachelor's of Business Administration, Business Management, magna cum laude. Rashim Walters, Bachelor's of Science, Computer Networks and Cybersecurity, summa cum laude. Chanel Thomas, Associates of Science, Criminal Justice, cum laude. And then it also goes on to say, Senior Minister of Foreign Affairs, that's the Honorable Dr. Denzel Douglas, congratulated the students on their achievements in graduation. He noted in quote, "Education is one thing no one can take from you, whether there's a change of country or change of government," end quote. And that is so true.
Monroe College. Where is that located in? Is it in
They have a-
Pennsylvania?
I'm not quite sure, but I
Oh.
know there is an arm in St. Lucia.
Oh yeah. I
Yeah.
do remember that.
We can
yeah.
we can check where that's located. You found the stuff,
Yeah,
Jamsa?
I did.
Okay.
Okay, so MIC tourism stands for meetings, incentives, conferences, and exhibitions tourism. It's a type of business travel where people go to different places for professional or educational events. As the acronym suggests, in MICE tourism, people attend business meetings, conferences, and big exhibitions or trade shows. Okay, that's cool. I just wish, though, that journalists would. To me, that wasn't gonna be a big thing to just explain that. You know, that's
Before you
normal
use the
journalistic
acronym,
convention.
you highlight what it means,
Yeah.
and then thereafter
Yeah,
you could use it in the article. That's
Exactly,
usually how
yeah.
it's done.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
Because not everybody would be familiar with the term of a particular area.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay. Monroe College is in New York City. It was founded in 1933 and has campuses in Bronx, New York, New Rochelle, and St. Lucia, with degrees programs also available through Monroe Online. The college is named after James Monroe, the 5th President of the United States.
Okay. no, what? No, she paused. She paused, so I looked.
No, because I think you asked the question, right? Kortensia goes and does the research, and so she comes back with the answer, and then Jamsa looks at her and says, "Okay."
No, because I was looking at my phone.
I was done.
Oh, okay.
Okay, next time I'll say full stop. So what else is on our plate?
Yeah, so I'm looking at Antigua and Barbuda, right? And it appears that there's going to be there's news of a legal challenge against Antigua and Barbuda's anti-abortion laws, and they're saying that it's getting momentum. Several women have come forward to share their personal experiences and reasons for having illegal abortions. Their stories highlight the complex and deeply personal nature of the decision to terminate a pregnancy. One woman who was attending university found herself in a financial and emotional bind. "We were broke. I was going to university," this is a quote, "and the father didn't want the responsibility of having a family at the time," she shared. She said that she didn't know what to really expect when she took an over-the-counter pill that was purported to terminate the pregnancy. She said that it started off with basic period symptoms, backaches and cramps, but as the process continued, the pain was unreal. "I thought I was dying as well. I cried and I bled and screamed for days," end of quote. Still, she said she doesn't regret her decision, and although she thinks of her baby all the time, it was the right decision for both of them. And it says here, another woman. Okay, I've clicked something. So it says, okay. So it says here, another woman said that she was young and simply not ready to have a baby. And this is a quote. "In addition, for the almost 10 weeks that I was pregnant, I became a shell of myself. And it wasn't because I didn't want to be pregnant. A symptom I had was depression. And it was the worst thing ever," end of quote. It goes on to say, consulting her partner did not bring much relief since he was against it. This is a quote now. "And when I told him I was thinking about having an abortion, he blew up, calling me all sorts of names, which made me ultimately realize that he wasn't the type of man I wanted to have a child with," end of quote. Scared and having waited until the very last week possible to think about her decision, she did it anyway. This is a quote. "I bought the pills under the table at the pharmacy for between $300 and $400. I had to insert the pills," says, "deep into my vagina and lay and wait for them to work," she explained, end of quote. So this article is pretty long, and it speaks about different women and their experiences and the reason why they opted to terminate their pregnancy.
Do you think that's a good reason to terminate your pregnancy? Just because that person doesn't want it? And that's my thing, and please, folks, don't come for me. Don't come for me. It's just life, right? We all know what it takes to get pregnant. We're going to take a chance. Let's use protection. I don't know about the morning after all those things because I've never ingested any of the above, but just saying, do what's necessary to prevent the pregnancy. Imagine having, at the end of that article says, currently under the Offenses of Persons Act, a woman who ends a pregnancy faces 10 years behind bars. Anyone who helps her faces 2 years in prison. The only exception by law is where the woman's life is at risk. Like, funny you bring up this topic because this morning while I was in the kitchen and I was passing, there is, in the States, there's this big thing about the Abortion Act. Yes. And this woman is like, she has 5 children. She's a single mom, found herself pregnant again. And then this pregnancy, she's thinking, I can't afford this, but so I can't have the child. And I'm like, but that child didn't send and call you. You have 5 kids already. Like, what are you doing? As I said, unless the woman's life is at risk, why are we terminating life that was given to us? Some persons are blessed to get children. Other women cannot. They end up adopting, etc., going through IVF cycles, and I heard those things are painful. And sometimes they're unfruitful. And I feel so bad when I see all these things on YouTube for these varying women that are trying to get children and are unable. And for these folks that can get children, and you have something as a guy that doesn't want to look, okay, he doesn't have to look for that child. You take care of your child. And then what if in the case that she cannot present herself to the hospital and say what is what because there's jail time added to it, what if she gets sepsis? What if she dies? Did she think about all of this?
So you guys are saying, you're saying Antigua explicitly has anti-abortion laws?
Yeah.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I've known folks that would have come over here to get that done because they couldn't do it over there. So.
And I mean, this says here, the problem that exists in Antigua and Barbuda is that the laws which cover the crime of infanticide makes the act completely illegal. The legislation addresses attempts to procure abortion, procuring drugs to cause abortion, and concealing the birth of a child. Yes.
But why, even with the pharmacy giving her the pills, could the pharmacy get in trouble, Azard? Or would she conceal the identity to her detriment?
I mean, it's a very sensitive topic because when you look at the whole issue of abortion and you look at it, even in the United States, it's a very heated discussion where they talk about Roe and Wade and the Supreme Court overturning that. And I mean, even as we look at the politics in America, abortion.
You said Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, Roe versus yeah. Sorry, so I was thinking about another case. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, Jamster. Yes. So when you look at all of these, thank you. When you look at all of these, it's a very sensitive issue, and it even gets itself involved in the politics, even the talk. If you're pro-abortion, if you're anti-abortion, so it's very sensitive. At the end, you know, even in St. Kitts, there is no. I want to say, our laws don't accommodate for persons, so it's still very much a secret. You know what I mean? If you're having it done, it's very much a secret. You understand?
Because nobody has to know, and your doctor is supposed to keep that confidentiality for you.
So, and hardly is anyone going to go out and really, you know, tell somebody.
Yeah, of course.
You know,
because that's not something.
Looking at the consequences that that would arise. So it's a very sensitive matter, and there is the argument that I guess we could continue after the break because this could continue forward. Yes.
And
so
we're having
some
calls as well.
Oh, we're having some calls.
I'm wondering what's resonating with them.
It's a very sensitive matter,
It is. And as I said, if her life is at risk, and because the woman that with the 5 kids, she ended up having all kind of bleedings and all kind of stuff, and then going to the hospital and they can't help her because if somebody helps her to do the abortion now, she's going to be in trouble. But my thing is, we have 5 already. We know what it took to get those 5. Like, protect ourselves.
Yeah.
Maybe it was a situation where she tried to protect herself, and even in protecting herself, she got pregnant anyway.
Boy.
So it's a very personal.
And 2, we put it all on the women sometimes when I think the fellas could help the women. So fellas, do your part,
I
please.
agree.
Yeah.
We'll take the break and we'll come back.
It's new and only at ICWI, the insurance company of the West Indies. Receive free windscreen cover when you purchase your third-party policy with ICWI. You heard right. Free windscreen cover with your third-party policy for only a limited time. If you're a third-party policy holder, take advantage of this limited time offer and switch to ICWI for added protection. Isn't it time you experience insurance the ICWI way? Conditions apply. Click, call, or visit ICWI today. Visit us at 1C Bird Rock Road. Call 465-8753 or ICWI.com.
Portsmouth's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less and save more. How, you ask? Essential Everyday and Equiline. Spend less on our Essential Everyday products and get the best quality, the best taste, and the best value. Spend less for all your family health and beauty needs with the Equiline brand of over-the-counter products. Portsmouth's Value Mart IGA is helping you spend less with our Essential Everyday products and Equiline over-the-counter health and beauty care products. Shop smart and spend less at Value Mart, where price matters most.
It's 8:38, and just letting you guys know that at around, I guess we can do it at about, what time is Farm Report? It's at 9. Okay, so at 9 o'clock, we are going to be giving away, 9 o'clock, we're going to be giving away Four Seasons, Four Seasons brunch tickets.
There's no Farm Report.
We don't have Farm Report today.
Not Farm Report. I meant fish. No, I meant fish. Oh, did I say Farm Report?
Yes,
I meant Fireproof, actually.
Oh,
yeah, Fireproof. No. I meant
it happens to the best of us. You know, I had my moment too. Don't worry.
This is what sit around thing Friday.
I had my moment to jam, so you know.
And I was thinking, it's Fireproof. I could have sworn I said.
Yeah, you just want to go to the farm, don't you?
Probably. And
are the phones still ringing?
Yeah, wait, no, not at the moment. But okay, just wanted to get some notices in. So at we have another ticket for the Four Seasons on the June Father's Day brunch. So we're gonna do that at 9 o'clock. I'm also gonna give away one during Spin Cycle Power Hour from between 10 and 11. And apparently I'm it today for voices because Socrates can't make it today. So yeah.
I like it. You're it.
Yeah. Who says I like being it though? Okay. Caller, go right ahead. Okay, on to the
caller,
next.
Please call back.
Caller, go right ahead. Hello, caller. Hello, caller.
We can't hear you.
And I can hear the person actually.
Oh, okay.
Caller, go right ahead. No, on to the next. Caller, go right ahead.
Yeah. Good morning. Good morning to you guys.
Hey,
what's up? Morning. Thank you,
I had a
bro.
quick question. Yeah, you're welcome. I had a quick question. The young man, Michael Louis, right? Actually, I want to just say congratulations to him firstly. And my question is, right, why is he not on this man's ICC tour that's happening, World Cup tour that's happening now? If this guy has made the West Indies team and they announced him and they've made the West Indies
I think
team,
they're keeping him for the test match.
Why is he not on this tour right now?
No, I think they're debuting him in the test, bro. So he's going to go to England.
He's only going to be playing test. He's only going to be playing test.
I guess for now.
Actually, I asked.
If you make a team, you should be playing for the team everywhere.
No, but
it doesn't seem so. It seemed like they have varying players for various
But Burl, what I was told,
matches.
I asked someone and they said it because of how the different game setups go, he can't. The test. No, well, he'd probably make the team next year, but meaning because of there's an overlap between when some of the test and the other cricket stuff is going on.
Until maybe it's when he was chosen the teams for the T20 borough, maybe they were already in place.
They got their own setup going on, huh?
Set up for good, because he's going to make us proud once he starts the test series in England.
So what's the difference between the T20 and the test matches? I mean, some players are only going to be picked to play certain games.
No, but what I'm saying, I think you're being unreasonable. He got picked for the test, but as I said, there's an overlap. There's an overlap between. Yeah.
It's just a question. That's all that is, man.
Okay. Because I asked a question too, and that's what I was told. So
don't worry, bro. Next year, or this year even, you might see him on the Patriots, and then next year he's gonna be in everything, just like Alzari. Because remember, Alzari started out that way too.
Yeah.
Johnson, thanks a lot, man.
Yeah,
no problem.
You're welcome.
So in case
another call.
Oh, we have another call. Right. Caller, you're live on Island T.
Oh God, come on. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we have them.
No. Okay. Wait. Here we go.
I
again.
hear someone.
Caller,
good morning.
Good morning to everybody.
Good morning,
Greetings
Greg.
in Jesus' name.
Hey, morning, Greg.
Good morning to everybody. Good morning. Greetings in Jesus' name. Now, first of all, I would like to say concerning the abortion issue. Abortion is a very nice word for murder. And when I say abortion, I simply mean the intentional killing of a human being in the womb. Abortion is the shedding of innocent blood, where man and man relationships are concerned.
Mm-hmm.
Now, what I'm saying is that those people who came about and admitted that they had an abortion in Antigua, they should be dealt with, because it's the same thing as admitting you murdered somebody.
Oh, wow.
So there should be no double standard. They too should be dealt with, investigated, and that sort of stuff. So I understand a lot of it goes on here in St. Kitts. A lot of that type of murdering others. So sad that they're not part of the records of crimes, because abortion is murder of another human being.
Based on the laws, and you have to look at the Offenses Against the Persons Act, and if you look at Section 53 and 54 of Section 53, Part 10, it says attempts to procure abortion, and it says here, 53, any woman being with a child who, with the intent to procure her own miscarriage, unlawfully administers to herself any poison or other obnoxious thing, or unlawfully uses any instrument or any other means with the like intent, and any person who, with the intention to procure the miscarriage of any woman, whether she be or not be with child, unlawfully administers to her or causes to be taken by her any poison or other obnoxious thing, or unlawfully uses any instrument or any other means with the intent, commits a felony, and on conviction shall be liable to imprisonment for a term not exceeding 10 years with or without hard labor. And he also speaks to procuring drugs to cause abortion. And he says, 54, any person who unlawfully supplies or procures any poison or other thing or any instrument or anything, knowing that the same is intended to be unlawfully used or employed with the intent to procure the miscarriage of any woman, whether she be or not be with a child, commits a misdemeanor, and on conviction shall be liable to be imprisoned for a term not exceeding 2 years with or without hard labor.
Yes, but
so it's similar to the one in Antigua.
Yeah, and even more so, if we follow the Bible as we ought to, and as it is our duty to, as given to us by God, actually abortion carry the death penalty. Really and truly carry the death penalty where the Bible is concerned. That'll show you how an abomination and evil and wicked it is in the eyes of God. But I would like to say, where churches are concerned, shame on them. Shame on them all for not speaking out against the evils that goes on in society, because they're more interested in money and not offending the members, because they offend the members leave and the money gonna go down and that sort of stuff. Shame on these churches.
Okay, thank you.
Evil happening left, right, and center, and yet they're silent on these matters.
Thank you, Gregory. Thank you for sharing your view.
But quickly, let me ask another question. Where gangs are concerned, what's the definition of a gang where the governments are concerned, since they're making laws against gangs?
Well, Belize. We'll have to get what the act says, because there's usually an interpretation section in the act for I would assume that in the act that gives that power to the court to imprison. Based on that, there would be an interpretation of what the gang member would be.
Because if some fellows say, hey, we are a club and not a gang, why you going to tell them?
Yeah. I assume that the legislation that they are using would have the definition of gang member.
And how subjective is that definition?
Well, it'll be interpreted by the court, if that's what you mean.
And we know the courts many times over time apply things where they were not even originally intended to mean.
But there are rules. There's rules of.
Are subjective.
There are rules of interpretation. They're called statutory rules of interpretation, and the court is to use those rules when looking at legislation.
Could you please find out the definition?
Well, I have to look for the act in the first place,
yes,
and perhaps that'll be another time.
Gregory, you should start a
no
church.
problem.
You should start a church and call it Gang of God Baptist Church or something. I don't know.
Well,
Gregory, pay Jamster no mind, Gregory.
You see the church in the Bible never really applied the name anyhow. That's just after the Bible thing invented by man, giving the different denomination all kind of different names, which is not scriptural.
Okay then.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
You too, Gregory.
Yes.
I couldn't help noticing there was a reflexive Freudian slip he made when he said he wanted to say government, but he said Bible, and then he corrected himself. He's so accustomed of saying Bible this, Bible that, Bible, this, that, the other, that. He says Bible, but it doesn't even apply.
But
you know?
Gregory confuses me sometimes, right? Because he is for the abortion, where he says somebody should be killed if they do the abortion. But then when it comes to the gangs, I understand he wants a definition of what it is. But if they're proven to be gang members, I just find... it's just... Gregory, you confuse me. Because it's like you're enabling the indifferent stuff, and you are ready to get the folks.
Sort of like the religious right in the U.S. They so love God, but yet everything they do and
they want to take God out of everything?
Is ungodly. Exactly. Caller, go right ahead.
Good morning.
Hey, what's
Hi,
up?
Jamdong.
Hi, Jamdong.
How are you?
Good morning, Azard.
Yes, morning.
Azard,
Yes.
I want to congratulate you on your position
Thank
in
you.
the bourgeois organization. And Shani as well. But I think she gone wrong. A very good girl, but it look like she going wrong with the bourgeois them around the party who go in mass with the devilish influence. I don't like to hear Shani how she comes to the poor people who is struggling. Because man is who caused people in Irish Town and Newtown to go through another some torment years at the Labour Party again. Poor people who fight for that organization and are so ashamed. You don't got to get no ticket to come on board because the man is the savior for this year. And I want to extend everybody to go out to PLP convention on Saturday because it's going to be something in a lifetime. The guy is great, and we're going to leave him because look at them and the divide of the politics chamber. They're worse than them, and they're nasty, and they got a lot of wicked intent in them for poor people. Azar, I don't talk to you, you know. Don't let anybody fool you. He cannot be you. He can't be nobody else. Look after yourself. I want to tell them, we don't need no ticket to get on board. Everybody got a dirty linen in the closet. That's why you see I want the case still trying the court, you know. That
Okay.
the truth should come on the surface. And I'm warning you, Kortensia.
Hi.
I'm warning you, when you see that young man, as Jamster was just saying, he's supposed to open a church, but he's taking up the time, so. If he alone want to talk on the radio, I control this thing, Jamster.
I could say the same thing about you because I have a caller on now.
And want to, no, it's this one.
No, I'm saying I have a caller now.
No,
Okay, all right.
Jamdong.
Okay, thank
Okay,
you,
caller-
Jamdong. Thank you for your contribution.
Caller, go ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Hey, what's
Good
up?
morning, Mr. McMahon.
Good morning,
Yes,
Mr. Mac.
Kortensia must be a very happy lady this morning.
Oh,
She heard a familiar voice, right?
indeed.
You're right. About the abortion issue, I think that really it's a matter for the woman, right? I know, yes, it takes two and all of that, but the woman is so involved her right to do what she feels is best for her body, and that's the bottom line. I think the males or anybody else should only come into it if the affected woman, wants them to, right? And that's pretty much the bottom line. But when it comes to certain laws, though, and Azard might want to answer this, don't you find there are too many laws that are just selectively applied? They're there, but they're not applied. I don't know if you all have a term for that.
I mean, they're not
but
enforced.
you would think, hello?
They're not enforced. They may be
They're
on the
not
books,
enforced.
but they're not enforced.
They're there. People know things are happening that that contravenes the law, but there's no enforcement.
And one could before you go on, one could perhaps even look at it whether or not, if they're not enforced and there's no societal outcry, maybe it is that the views of society have changed to the point that there might be need for amendment. What do you think?
Or perhaps have some kind of sunset clause that if a law is not, shall we say, used, that it automatically becomes moot. That you just don't bother with it, and so that can be used as a defense.
I mean,
I don't know.
I mean, once the laws are on the books, it gives the state the opportunity to enforce it. Once there is a
selectively.
Yeah.
But that doesn't sound like what it doesn't sound like the intent of the law. You think a law is made to be enforced and for all to be governed by it.
Yeah.
So right,
But I mean, at the end of the day, we look at our society, and this is a very personal issue.
Yes.
And yeah, are you ready? When I ready,
one other thing with regards the CEO appointment, I would hope that as part of the contract, somebody from here will understudy that person with a view towards becoming the new CEO once the current contract ends. I know we've come a far cry from what it used to be decades ago, where it had to be somebody of light skin color or a white person who is Minister of Tourism. I know that used to be a big point in Barbados.
Really?
A time ago. Yeah, that you have to be someone of. That's how, for instance, the guy that Jack D, I think, became Minister of Tourism.
He was the same. You mean the guy that the song was that was sang on?
Right, yeah.
Oh, so he was.
Right.
I didn't realize he was Minister of Tourism at one point.
Yeah, I think he was a Minister of Tourism. So it's not to be corrected. I do think he had some high post in tourism if he was a minister. He might not have been minister, but he had some high post. But we've come a far cry from that, and we're a little more enlightened now, shall we put it that way. But this particular post seemed to be a technical one, and just like anything else, it seems to depend a lot on contacts that you have.
Yeah.
People, just like the past one, might have been involved in the industry, knows hobnob with them when they go on these trade shows and so on. And so in other words, it seems like it's more networking. But I'm saying that I still feel, and by the way, I think it happened in Nevis too, right, where their CEO was somebody from another place. I don't think nobody can sell you like you. And so
yeah, I'm glad you brought that up, because actually when Azard raised it, there was something I wanted to comment on about that. The thing I wanted to say was that when I saw the thing on Facebook, there were some comments that were saying, Kittians and divisions maybe should just stop going away to study because they're always hiring these imports and so on. Yeah. And while I get that point, I also feel that these positions should be filled by people, by capable people from countries that have a much more evolved tourism product than us. No, as I said, a capable person. Yeah, but we can have both. We can have a deputy from we can have one from here and a deputy from overseas, or vice versa, right?
I'm saying that they should understand. Okay, I understand.
Because my reasoning is okay. Mr. What's his Thompson?
Yeah.
He's from the Bahamas. It's a much more.
Not Jamaica.
No, he's from Bahamas. Okay. Yeah, and now this lady's from St. Lucia. I said there's something to be said for people coming from those places where the tourism, and then before him was the lady from that I had the pleasure of working with, the lady from Jamaica. Forgot the name at the moment.
See, I'm putting it backwards.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So I think there's something to be said for that. But you have a point as well. Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, but well, I'm not saying that you can't do that initially, but certainly. Like I said, because the resume, I'm sure this lady's resume is top notch, and she has lots of accomplishments. That is not the issue, right? I'm sure she'd probably make a great CEO as well, right? But I'm saying that you want to promote your country, your destination, essentially. You're going out there being the face of that person, and I'm saying. That I'm sure somebody from here, if they don't have the skill set right now, if they don't have the contacts and those sorts of things, then they should be getting it soonest. And that part of the contract of the current one, and we welcome her here, is that somebody understudies her and is trained to take over once she's gone. I agree that you don't. This is not a place for a political appointee. Right. I agree. This is one of those jobs that demand competence and somebody who knows what they're doing.
And continuity.
So, sure, right? Yeah. Right. Yeah. But like I said, we want the face of St. Kitts and Nevis to be a face from St. Kitts and Nevis. I would think.
Okay, fair enough.
Okay. All right. Yeah, that's a fair point.
Have we had CEOs for tourism from St. Kitts though?
I don't think so, because it's a fairly new organization, right? I think, and
so
I think
so the previous persons that were there.
So the lady from Jamaica might have been the second or the first. I'm not sure. She might have been. I think she was the second, actually. I could be wrong.
See, I never followed those things like that, and as I said, I was away for a while, so I didn't know that our CEOs were always not Kittitian.
9 o'clock. Caller, go ahead.
Yes, hello. Well, I would like to say that the Bible outlaws criminal acts, not gangs, but it outlaws criminal acts. That is what we must distinguish.
But what do gangs do, Gregory?
Well, gangs, as far as how we interpret them today, we interpret them as doing bad things.
Which are criminal acts.
When they do bad things, but when they do bad things, you deal with them and the bad things they do, and not because they are a gang. The Bible doesn't outlaw them.
But I don't understand.
As a gang.
I don't understand why
you're very confusing.
Yeah, why are you splitting hairs about gangs? The semantics of the word gang. I mean, I don't understand. But usually when we say gang, we're talking about the bad side of the ledger. So
exactly,
what do you even?
A gang is an association. The Bible does not outlaw that association. The Bible outlaws criminal acts like murdering, stealing, and how to deal with such. And there is.
And we know that, Gregory, but most of the people that are associated with these
but you're
things.
Saying if a person is a gang member and they're supposed to get so much years, and they're a member of a gang, they're supposed to get so many years.
But they're in something that's not doing anything good. You see, they're basically terrorizing the people of Belize. So how is that good? Why shouldn't they be punished for doing something that's illegal or illicit or wrong?
You punish them for doing bad acts. You don't punish them for being a member of such an association.
But maybe they're preventing them from doing something bad. You never know,
but the Bible does not.
You cannot mix Bible with state, It doesn't work sometimes.
Yeah, but the Bible always works. And
the Bible works, but with the state.
Yeah, but trying to say you prevent things is not scriptural. Punishing and putting out justice for when people. It's just like hate crime. It's just like hate crime. There's no such thing in the Bible as a hate crime. It's either crime or not.
But God's not in control of the world, you know. He's just looking out for his children. We know who's in control. Wow, and it looks like this? And it looks like this?
For his glory.
Oh boy, Greg.
Primarily. Secondly, for the good of all of his own.
Okay, Gregory.
Thirdly, for the hardening of those
Gregory.
keep destined to hell.
Greg.
All right, Greg.
Yes.
The show is not called Island Church. It's called Island Tea. And we have a break coming up. And we have a full season giveaway, which you probably don't want anything to do with because that's probably ungodly to have a Father's Day brunch. So I'm gonna go to the break. I hope God is cool with commercial breaks.
Don't pause in my mouth, Trevor, and don't.
If you think the TVC 10 sale at Home and Building was massive, then we have another one for you. TVC Automotive Division in St. Kitts is having a massive spare parts sale. This and every Friday until June 28th, 2024. Not 50 or 60 or 70, but up to 85% off genuine spare parts. You heard me right. We got shocks, bearings, brakes, pads, belts, spark plugs, hoses, rods, horns, headlamps, mirrors, bulbs, and much more. Everything must go. Sorry, I'm so tired. This and every Friday until June 28th, 2024. Go to TDC Automotive Division at the C.A. Paul Southwood Industrial Site in St. Kitts for this massive spare parts sale. Terms and conditions apply. See store for details. Remember, at TDC, together we succeed.
Maybe it's the way the brilliant gold liquid reflects or sunshine, or how the bright blue of its label mirrors the clear Caribbean skies overhead. Maybe it's the fresh, crisp taste of this beastly cold beer on a scorching hot day. Maybe it's even the way it brings us all together. But one thing is for sure, Carib is very much a part of who we are wherever we're from in the Caribbean. Carib, it's the way we play. Drink responsibly.
It's after 9 o'clock, and we are back. So Kay, earlier this week we had one of the managers here from Four Seasons, and they're having this. I sent you the thing in the chat.
Yeah, I just saw it.
Yeah,
there.
the Father's Day. Yeah, the Father's Day brunch, and it's $85 US per person. $35 for kids, and that price includes it's a buffet. Also includes a domestic beer station and rum punch. What?
Why you had to go straight there? Come on.
What?
You don't
because he did send a note to tell me, because originally they didn't have that in. It was just non-alcoholic drinks, but then they added the local beer, and then there'll be a cash bar for the people who want the Casamigos and all that fancy stuff.
Nice. I like the little design that they have here with the mustache. I remember last year's Mother's Day brunch, they gave all the mothers a chocolate purse that the purse kind of resembled a Birkin bag. Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, so now they have the little mustaches for the dads. That's so nice. Yeah, because the Father's Day does not get the recognition that it deserves. Not all dads are bad. Some people are just indifferent, and I don't even like using the word bad, but indifferent. So we're accustomed to the knockbout. No, and it shouldn't be. It shouldn't be a knockbout. You gentlemen should get the same treatment. Oh gosh, I don't even want to say dish out, because some people dish out bad things. That's why they don't get good things or indifferent things.
Yeah, the culture is kind of schizophrenic about the way it treats
dads,
women. Because women, for example, I think in the court system, women get the
better end of the stick.
They get the better end of the stick.
Okay.
But yes, but then in most other ways, women get the short end of the stick.
Yeah.
It's funny how that works.
Yeah, but I guess society maybe deals more in the emotion of a woman than that of a man, because it is taught that a man should be tough. A woman has to be more soft and gentle, and she's seen as a caretaker, etc., etc. So maybe that's why too. But still, it doesn't give you the right to not to celebrate your daddy regardless. So
true.
Take your dad to brunch.
And a pretty good, I think a pretty good place to start is on the June restaurant. It's their seafood, and the seafood restaurant at the Four Seasons. So I got a ticket to give away, and I'm going to give you the honor of coming up with the question. How about that?
On the spot? Oh my gosh. Oh boy. Jamster.
It could be a Nevis question.
It could be a Nevis
I gave them a pretty easy question yesterday. The question was, what was my question yesterday again? I asked them to name the 4 seasons. As in the 4 seasons?
Oh, that's way
easy question, yeah. Uh-huh.
Okay, let me. Oh boy, this is rough. I wonder if people know this. Oh boy. What if I ask the question, what is known as the Gibraltar of the West Indies?
Yeah, that's a good question. Okay, let's go with that.
Okay, so the question is, what is known as the Gibraltar of the West Indies?
And you win yourself a ticket for the Father's Day brunch at On the June restaurant at 4 Seasons on Sunday. And by the way, if you're interested in going and check that out, the number for reservations is 469-1111, and they also have a Facebook page and a website. It's 4 Seasons Nevis, one word, and Instagram, Facebook. So go check that out. Okay, let's phone. Someone is gonna win this easy.
Was my question too easy? See, I was put on the spot, so I didn't know what to ask.
Colonel, go right ahead.
Okay, that we're gonna make somebody win that.
Morning, Aldo. How are you?
Big thanks to all the information flow.
Thank you.
14th of June.
Yeah.
Okay. We almost 7 days away from beginning of summer, and everybody done start. Not everybody, only the people are born for the True.
Yeah, technically.
All right, we want to add to the congrats, with the achievers them there. Yes, Mrs. Strain, we just echoing your congrats. Belize, when we look on the thing good, you don't even have to look keenly neither. We just look on it good, to the good eye, the third eye, sometimes. And the gang that are in the police forces, in the Westminster style political arena, them gangs here, whatever them gangs what them attack about on the street, Yeah, the gangs them that shed blood, that murder without shedding blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever gangs, whatever gangs in the region, not just in Belize, all around the region, whatever gangs. And we need to acknowledge that, Yeah. So you have a question and answer thing on, so you wanted to share something. This is something in the Nevis Observer for Friday, May 18, 2018. But like how you got this question thing on, we'll do it another time.
Okay.
And we wanted to make a comment on the farming industry going forward. We noticed, that as we try to, even though we try to make it be a one for all and all for one, the ego and the ego and the disrespect coming in the place of what's supposed to be collective and what's supposed to be respectful going forward and make us achieve, And we pray that ones and ones will see that, acknowledge it, and make a change in the mental, state, It's all coming from within people, Yeah, it's just people just harbor things inside of them instead of harbor them kind of things instead of, tenaciously embracing the good things that the heartbeat. Because that's what the heartbeat is saying to all of us, all human beings. The heartbeat is saying that bop, it is saying, do good. Yeah. Give thanks to the time, Mikey.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, let's get back to the Father's Day brunch giveaway at 4 Seasons. The restaurant is called On the Dune, and it's happening this Sunday. Don't forget reservations, 469-1111, and I want to give away a ticket. And Kortensia came up with a pretty cool question, a pretty easy question too, I might add. You want to go ahead? Yeah.
What is known as the Gibraltar of the West Indies?
Yes, the Gibraltar of the West Indies.
Jam, so why are you chuckling at my question?
Remind me to tell you something about that that happened on. It's kind of related to that, to the answer for that discussion we were having on one of the shows. I don't want to say what show it is because someone might get a clue.
Okay.
But I thought it was something interesting. One of the guests said concerning the Gibraltar of the West Indies.
Okay. No
Yeah.
problem.
Okay. So, folks, yeah, we are looking for what is called the. Oh, are you gonna? It's in St. Kitts Nevis, right? So it's in St. Kitts Nevis.
Don't be giving away no clues.
Oh, sorry. What feature is called the Gibraltar?
It's that easy.
Yeah, it's that easy. What feature is called the Gibraltar of the West Indies? You can win yourself a ticket for the Four Seasons Father Day brunch at their On the June restaurant. This happens on June 16th from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And they've got live entertainment. Like I said, you can call 469-1111 for reservations. $85 per person, that's US dollars, and $35 for kids. There's a $10 US per guest donation to the St. George's and St. John's Senior Citizens Home. Let's go back to the phones. Okay, caller, go right ahead. Okay, let's see. Caller, go right ahead.
Hello, good morning. Somebody answer the question already?
No, not yet.
Mama amiga?
No, sorry. You can try again.
Okay.
Winston Hill?
No, you have one chance. You have one bite. You said Mount Limega. It's not Mount Limega. The end. So we'll take another call. Okay, so we're looking for the answer. The Gibraltar of the West Indies. And you win yourself a ticket for the On the June restaurant Father's Day brunch. Look at this. I mean, look at this
What's
buffet.
happening?
I'm looking at the buffet.
Yeah, I had it up just now to talk about it because, oh boy, that buffet is extensive.
I'm telling you. Caller, go right ahead.
Yes, good morning.
Hey.
Yes, it's Brimstone Hill.
Brimstone Hill.
Brimstone Hill.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, la la. So you won yourself a ticket to the Dune.
Yeah, you won
at Four
yourself
Seasons.
Thank you.
Okay, so I'm gonna take you. I'm gonna take it off the air, and then you can. Someone will call you, and you can come pick up your ticket. For the Four Seasons giveaway at the On the June restaurant. And I'm going to be giving away another ticket during Spin Cycle Power Hour between 10 and 11. So, folks, if you want to, someone wants to win another ticket, I'm going to try and have to come up with a much harder question this time. Okay?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, stay on the line, caller. Maybe you can go to the...
I was just going to do that. So, on the Dune, the brunch inclusion for Father's Day, they have the breakfast corner, because we know it's breakfast and lunch. That's why it's called brunch. So there's assorted croissants, there's muffins, bagels, bread rolls, a lavash with honey butter. There's an omelette station, and there's a waffle station. And there's thyme buttered roasted potatoes. It's making me hungry already. Applewood smoked bacon and sausages, thyme butter roasted. Well, I said that, thyme butter roasted potatoes already. Then there is... the FS cheese and a cacciatore board. So it's cold cuts, assorted cheese, crisp bread, crackers. Then there's soup. So it's roasted butternut squash soup, and that will be accompanied, roasted butter squash soup with truffle croutons. Then there's a salad bar. There's a garden salad, mixed greens, watermelon radish, carrots, cucumber, tomatoes, ranch, balsamic vinaigrette, roasted lemon vinaigrette dressings. So the dressings are tomato ranch, balsamic vinaigrette, roasted lemon vinaigrette. And then you have the kale and beet salad. Ooh, healthy, healthy, healthy. So the kale and beet salad, it's with caramelized cashew nuts, quinoa, and shaved carrots. And then there's Caribbean coleslaw. Then for the appetizers, this is lunchtime. You have the vegetable spring rolls with citrus chili sauce, California rolls, and spicy tuna rolls. Nivision conch fritters with scotch bonnet aioli. Oh boy, I love me some conch fritters. So I really have to make myself
I'm
available.
telling you, this is a pretty big menu. Oh my god!
Yeah,
curried lamb oscobuco.
You're missing. You didn't do the shrimp and pineapple skewers with teriyaki glaze.
One quick thing though, the person that called when I went over, the call got dropped.
So please call back.
Yeah, so call back, caller. I'm hoping that's them. So maybe you can go ahead with the delicious stuff.
Then as we continue on the hot mains, as we said, they're on the hot mains, it's shrimp and pineapple skewers with teriyaki glaze. There's curried lamb, as, oh boy, Jamsa said, ossobuco. And then there's pan-seared red snapper with citrus sauce. There's also a carving station and live grill. So they have oven-roasted beef ribeye, barbecue pork ribs, grilled jerk chicken wings. Listen, you take it that here, he's not going to be eating for days. Then the sides include calypso rice and peas, tamarind glazed vegetables, and cheesy macaroni pie. And let's not forget the dessert. They have carrot cake. There will be raspberry opera, apple crumb s'mores pie, tiramisu, verrine, hazelnut praline pops, and tropical fruit salad. And as Jamsa would have mentioned earlier, the local beer station. It's only $85 US, folks. That's spend more than that on us. And the Four Seasons will also be donating US $10 per guest to the St. George's and the St. John's Senior Citizen Home. So they're giving back. So there is a good reason to take your dad to the Four Seasons for Father's Day. Not only to support the Four Seasons, but to support the senior citizen homes. So they said all prices are subject to 12% tax and 80% service charge. No additional discounts apply. And as Jamsa would have mentioned before, it's the Father's Day brunch. It's June 16. That's this coming Sunday. It's from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. And there will also be live entertainment. So for those of you who want to make reservations for that, now that we would have given you that extensive, delicious, mouth-watering menu, you can call 469-1111. That's 469-1111 for reservations. And that's the Four Seasons over in Nevis on the Dune restaurant, where the brunch will be happening this Sunday from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
And James Lake is a lucky winner. So
congratulations, Mr. Lake.
And yesterday we had Sabrina Thompson winning.
Okay.
And Davelyn Lopez the day before.
Okay.
Yes, I have one more to give away during Spin Cycle Power Hour. And yeah, so that I'm telling you, look at the desserts.
Yeah.
Oh my, hazelnut praline pops, tropical fruit salad, raspberry opera. Oh my God. Apple crumb s'mores pie. You know what that is? Made from s'mores.
Yeah.
The candy. Yeah.
Yeah. The marshmallow and the biscuits.
Yeah. And oven roasted beef ribeye. Sounds good.
So as Jamsa said, the next ticket will be given away during the spin cycle. So folks, listen.
Yeah, between 10 and 11.
So Jamsa, we can work on that question together.
Yeah, you're gonna be here for that?
No, I have to go at 10.
It's gonna be about 10:30.
Okay. No,
Okay.
I'm not gonna be here. Sorry about that.
So yeah, so I was saying, yeah, I don't know what you think about what I was saying about the tourism thing, but I felt like I take the point. I mean, you can have a midway between both points where you obviously. Maybe you can have a deputy who is either a foreigner or from here, or vice versa, you know? I think it's good to have someone from a mature... I certainly think it's good to have someone from a mature touristic economy. Because obviously they're going to have a lot more experience. A capable person, I should say.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're absolutely gonna bring something to bear.
As Mr. McMahon said, import first, and then let the understudy study, and then we move from there, and we decide going forward that we get someone that is from down. Is that what he's saying?
Yeah, I feel we could do both.
Yeah, as you said, have that person there, and then.
But clearly that hasn't been happening because here we have Mr. Thompson is leaving, and we have another foreigner coming in, which is nothing is wrong with that on its own. But in the context of this being the third, Thompson being the third, maybe fourth person, I'm not sure. You would have thought
somebody can call and let us know.
You can argue. You can make the argument that, well, I mean, isn't there someone that we could have elevated to that position by now? having understood it, as presumably having understood it or having had the experience somewhere else or having had the training, right? So
I heard somewhere, I heard somebody saying that there was somebody that was there that could have been eligible for the promotion, but that didn't happen. I don't know. As I said, I just heard it on the airwaves.
Politics colors everything around here. So.
Yeah. That's why I try to keep on the stuff.
Yeah, I know. 922. Caller, go right ahead.
Hello, good morning.
Hi, what's up?
Good morning.
Miss Azard here?
No, he had to leave. He had to leave for court.
Hello?
No,
Hey, go
he's
ahead.
not. Sorry about that. He had to leave.
Okay. Mr. Jamster.
Hi. What did I do now?
Mm-hmm. Straight up.
Mm-hmm.
You ever satisfied with anything?
What?
Stop calling the people in the region following us. Yes, we know we got insularity, and that ain't going to change easily. But St. Kitts and Nevis is part of organization, including OECS and CARICOM. So if a CARICOM person or OECS person gets a elevation or get a job in St. Kitts and Nevis or wherever else, to me that's not a problem. But you made the point that if you couldn't find somebody, whether you
No, that wasn't me.
I don't know if this was done.
No, that's not what we're saying. Jamsa is for it. And
listen, lady.
No, he was saying that. Someone else was saying that, but I was saying the opposite.
Yeah,
Jamsa usually make some kind of statement, but he are not to make on the public radio.
Really? What?
Not to do them. I listen well, I don't call every day, but I listen. Sometimes I just don't want to call.
Okay.
The program is a very good program. Sometimes you all try to discuss too many topics, so you can't get nowhere with none. I was saying that Nevis also, and you made the point about that. I think Nevis CEO, they have somebody from, I think, St. Vincent too. St. Kitts and Kittitians and Nevisians have other permanent jobs all over the place. From the U.S. Virgin Islands to all over. I just said I heard of somebody, a friend of mine, daughter, architect in Patola, U.S. British Virgin Islands. They did so well with some of the designs and all that. So, I'm saying around the world, you see, you can't just be so narrow-minded. I know you're supposed to look for your people first. Yes, but you don't always have them with the experience that is required. Because a lot of us in St. Kitts, we don't want to get discipline in many things. We only want a salary. I have so many things to say, but in relation to that.
Okay, but just to say, I was saying, it was a caller who said that, and I said, I don't say any, I agreed with the caller, but I was just thinking we could have both. We can have someone. I mean, I don't think it's unreasonable to say.
And we can't sing and whistle at the same time,
Hello?
If you look at the European setting, the European them got people working all over the place in each other's country.
Okay, Emil, I have to go because we have a late arrival here, and I have to wrap that up by 9:30.
You have a good day.
Okay, great. Okay, we'll continue this.
You give me 2 minutes, however, and that's it. Have a good day.
Okay, great. Okay, so we have a guest, and good morning, sir.
Hi, good morning.
And
yes, I'm Jensen Morton. I'm Dr. Jensen Morton. I'm actually here today representing the festival, the Capistaire Committee. First of all, just to immediately invite the general public, particularly the public from the Capistaire area, to our Pre-Father's Day Family Fun Day, which will take place tomorrow, Saturday. It's going to be at the St. Paul's, or the old Playfield in St. Paul's. It's going to just be a day with a variety of activities just for fun for the entire family. We also would like to let persons know that the Capistaire Committee is alive and well again. Just to give a little bit of background, we are a community festival we would have first started back in 2002. We were actually one of the last community festivals to get established back during the golden age of that being done in the late 90s when I think Keon started, and then after that, every sizable community started.
I think Sandy Point started, actually.
Sandy Point was
what I was told.
Easter Rama.
Way back.
Okay. But I mean, Keon got some good sponsorships. I guess that's why it's in my memory. But the area from Newton Ground to Parsons Ground was actually like the last area that did not have one. And the little dilemma that was there was that St. Paul's wanted to have one, but the surrounding communities, their concern was that, because of size, it might not be too possible. So the decision was just made, all of us be interconnected and stuff. We're just going to have one big thing to span everywhere. And that was finally decided in 2002. So we were the last official one to come on stream before those kind of faded a bit. Saddlers actually had Saddle Fest and started just before we started. And that was the one little asterisk because we were wondering, it could have just been one thing. And I think from about 2009, they had formally requested if they could join with capacity, and they decreased their own activities. So how we view it now is that we view Saddlers as like a sister with it, and we do everything with them, even though we know that they have a separate organization since theirs is currently inactive. We had wanted to revive, the committee would have stopped activities just over a decade ago. It was after there was an unfortunate incident during one of the events, and after that it just didn't seem appropriate to continue that year, and it just never continued because after that the bulk of the other festivals also faded. And the ironic thing is that we wanted to revive it in 2019, and we came together in the summer of 2019. Normally it's held in September, around the same time as Newtown, around National Heroes Day time. And it wasn't enough time, so then we said, okay, we'll do it in 2020, and we know what happened in 2020. So we got pushed back. We started meeting again last year, and we made a decision that we're going to try to push to get it done this year. A new committee was elected. I'm currently the PRO. The president is actually Mr. Siobhan Douglas, and they had already started with the first outreach, which was Mother's Day, in which for every constituent village, they found a prominent mother and they gave her a large care package. And that also included Saddlers. So that was Newton Ground, St. Paul's, Deer Bay, Parsons Ground, and Saddlers. And, following up with, the pre-Father's Day Fun Day, which we're going to be having. So it's going to be fun all day, Hellfire sounds. Small Axe Band is going to be there to, of course, round out the night, because you cannot have one of those activities without having proper entertainment. But it's going to also be lots of, it's going to be children targeted, but also a combination of children and parent targeted. So there's going to be a variety of games for the children earlier in the afternoon. It's going to have everything from PS4 video games and stuff to things like Lucky Dip, to different types of races involving parents and children, races for just the children alone, some competition for just the adults alone, and rounding out into the night when it just becomes a session.
What specifically, I like that word, what specifically do you have for the dads? Other than the family races, because I hear about the family races, but what do we have geared to the dads? Because we know, as myself and Jamsa was saying, we don't give the dads the recognition and the due that they deserve. Because without a dad, most of us can't be here. It takes two to tango. Whether he's a good dad or a bad dad, what do you have specifically for the dad?
As in on Father's Day itself, what we're doing for them, or at the
event?
At the event, it's mostly just competitions.
Okay, just competitions for the dads.
I didn't want to say it, but stuff like a beer drinking competition.
So what's wrong?
Listen, funny enough, you said that, and I'm thinking, should I ask if there's a beer station?
There's a beer drinking competition, but there's also going to be games, games like dominoes and stuff. There's also going to be there, and there's going to be prizes given out for when people win things.
Okay.
So
good stuff.
Quite a few things are going to be there, and of course. One thing with the whole area there for capacity, they love sports. Even if you see like a netball team or a basketball team or a football team from one village's label, the whole of up there is contributing to the entire effort.
Okay.
And as you could tell, that's why Child's emails win sports so much because they feed off of. That's the community that feeds them their athletes, whether they want to admit it or not.
Oh,
so
boy.
we're going to have six-a-side football. We're going to have basketball, different teams.
Okay.
We like to do it such that it's village versus village, but it's going to be team versus team. And if your team happens to be from the village, then it's just a coincidence.
Will the team be just dads, or it could be dads and sons, or?
Well, the bulk of what we're doing, we didn't specify a gender, but it tends to be males that participate, and it's most likely going to be not really so much dads for the football part, it's just going to be a team for that one. That one wasn't specified as
Let's give the listeners the name for the event again.
The Festival de Capistier Pre-Father's Day Fun Day. And it's at the St. Paul's.
Oh, I was just going to ask, where is it going to be held?
Playing field. It starts tomorrow. Sorry, it starts tomorrow. I'm just getting the exact time here.
Festival de Capistier.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm wondering too how they got that name, Capistier.
I'll explain.
It's French.
It starts from 1:30. Excuse me.
Yeah.
It's a French name just because when you go way back, when it was the 1600s, and you had Saint Kitts Capistier in the north, Bastille in the south. So we realized that the area, specifically from Newton Ground to Parsons, that was the old quote-unquote French part.
Yeah.
So
and it's mountainous, which is why it's called Capistier, versus down here, because the island was. You basically had a British territory bookended by two French territories.
Yeah.
So the French territory is called Bastille, and on this end, and Capistier was the other one.
Okay.
And Bastille, lowland, it's very flat compared to up there with all the mountains.
That's the fact that we have Bastille here, and then what does Guadeloupe have?
Bastille,
same thing.
Yeah.
2 words with a hyphen. That's
Same word, basically. I think just what happened is that we just over time just portmanteaued it into one word. It's really
and even in Guadeloupe they have Bastille on one side, the other side is Capistier below. Same thing.
Yeah.
Just a few extra words.
Oh, Bastille has a Capistier.
Yeah,
I mean
Guadeloupe.
So Bastille on one side and Capistier below on the other side.
Yeah, because just like how Antigua has Old Road and St. Kitts has
Old
Road.
Road, Antigua has a halfway tree to it.
Yeah,
and
Jamaica has a halfway tree.
Yeah, look at that. Listen, we just took the same names and made them our own, didn't we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Antigua has a Navy Street.
Oh, boy. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, boy.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'd like to thank you for giving me the opportunity.
I saw him peeping, and then I'm like, okay, go next. In my head, I'm thinking like, go next door. And
no, I was trying to. I made the arrangement. But I was just trying to message to make sure it was okay.
Yeah, because I see that. I'd be like, I don't remember us having the good doctor on today, but I didn't know he was part of the committee. So I'm hoping that he would go next door, because I'm looking like.
So you guys gonna post stuff on social media and so on while it's going on, maybe?
We rekindled our Facebook page only recently, and we're going to be a lot more engaged with regards to that. One of the things that kind of take a bit for granted is because of the location, it's easiest for us to actually communicate directly, but we are going to be using social media as much as possible.
And we can expect more Festival de Capistier events as the year progresses?
Yes, we're going to try our best to ensure that we are able to have our parade day this year, which is normally, like I said, in the time of National Heroes Day, between National Heroes Day and Independence Day. And we're going to have also all of the follow-up, all of the pre-parade activities as well. So we're aiming towards getting that done.
You said try our best. What happened? Why you didn't have the others? With the exception of COVID, okay? So.
No. It's just that these things are difficult to organize. It takes a bit of sponsorship, a bit of organization, and we are pushing through to try to see the best way in which we can get it done properly, not just on time, but also to get it done properly.
Is there any way that Festival de Capistier can probably garner some what do I want to say, some help or from the Green Valley Festival, because that's been the longest running festival in the Federation.
Well, the plus is that they have a steady sponsor. So
what are they doing that you folks can do to ensure that?
We're doing it as well. We're also aiming to ensure that we can get proper, reliable sponsorship in place, such that we can at least get our feet off the ground and established. Because in the past, Capistier was pretty solid. It was one of the solid, or one of the anchor community festivals after it started. So we're hoping to get it right back up here.
Okay, 9:36. We have Fireproof coming up next. Just quick before you go.
Yeah, don't run away
10,
just
15
yet.
seconds. The event, the name of the event, where it is, and so on, and then.
Yes, it's a Festival de Capistier Pre-Father's Day Fun Day. It's at the St. Paul's Old Playfield, and it's from 1:30 p.m. It's going to feature lots of games, excitement, bar, food, as well as Small Axe Band, Hellfire Sounds, and there's one more sound.
Remember, folks, Small Axe is bringing down the curtain, but you still have
No,
to come for the whole event.
Everyone, just 1 second.
Because we don't just want them to come for the band.
And also extortion sounds. Excuse me, that one's right from St. Paul's. Extortion sounds. I'll say it a million times.
Do you notice St. Paul's and Sandy Point people?
Yeah, the rivalry.
No, how they make it known where I'm from.
Yeah.
No, because I mentioned the other two. I did mention extortion. Extortion is also from St. Paul, so I have to give them their due time.
Okay,
so they're also going to be there.
Okay, solid. Okay.
All right.
Have a good day.
All right, thank you.
Okay, we come up with a fireproof next. Let's get a word from Rams and come right back.
WINN is 98.9. 98.9 is Win FM.
Rams the good food people, always there to serve you. Rams the good food people, locations right near you. Rams the good food people, in-store specials for you. Rams the good food people. When you need better service, Rams is always here. Better value, better prices, Rams is always here. Rewarding your loyalty, Rams is always here. We are community, we are family. We are family. Rams for you and me. We are community. Rams for you and me.
Magnum, my brand. Everybody put your Magnum in the air now. From you a drink Magnum, make me see. Take charge of things now your place now. From the river to the beach to the street. Hot Magnum when me have in a me hand there. He are a sipper, she tell me sweet. Look for me watch for your quick time check. Yeah. Right now a Magnum a for your beat. Enjoy yourself every day of the week with a Magnum. My life I forget sweeter. Must be 18 years and older to drink. Drink responsible.
It's 9:40, and I told Carringdale last week. I wished him a fire-free week. I hope that came to pass.
Not a thing goes so damn. So yesterday they have big shebang outside by me. Big shebang.
Shebang.
Yep. Big shebang. There was a fire.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah, after 5 or after 4.
Sorry, folks,
after
I was
4?
pouring something. That's why my words were stuck.
Yeah. What was that yesterday? I did see the smoke when we were coming from Rams or something, and after 4, I think, and I saw some smoke.
I even saw the embers dropping over behind the vendors. I was like, oh gosh, please don't catch the people, tents or the people. I don't understand what had happened.
Was this a bushfire?
Well, poor Officer Clark. I was grilling him before, and he's not aware. I was hoping I could get this because I was telling him, since it was so smoky, I stayed inside and I worked out. I was like, I'm not going outside there to look. But I heard 2 appliances because one went first and then one came after. When I was coming back from the airport, when I saw the embers dropping, I saw there was a female firefighter and a male firefighter with a some kind of machine in his hand, but I didn't see. I'm driving. I try to mind my business when I'm driving, so I didn't get to see exactly what he had in his hand, but they were there, and then eventually the appliances came, and that's all I know.
Okay.
Well, it was a bush fire. They had in Newtown, opposite the Newtown playing field. That's where it was?
Yes.
Yes, opposite the Newtown playing field. I guess that is the aquifer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-huh. Well, persons continuously throwing the garbage in those areas.
But why would they? Do you think somebody lighted, or we can't assume that?
We cannot assume at this moment, but over the years, personally, because the wind is blowing in that direction, the westerly direction, will affect the stench of the garbage would affect persons opposite. Suppose you just go out and just light off the garbage and so on, affecting the entire community.
Yeah, but then it burned. As I see, you see the embers falling from the sky, like things that you see in the movie, like in Green. It was a Green Day. You just literally, I was like, what?
That's why we continue to appeal week after week, telling persons seek permission. Don't have to go without permission. Because we would have been unseen if we would have given permission. We would have made it our business to just be unseen. So just to burn a certain area and so get that big blaze and flying embers flying all across and dropping in persons' property and can start these fires. So we continue to appeal to the residents, please to discontinue such practices.
So what's on your agenda for today?
Well, our agenda basically have two agendas. We have our music festival, upcoming music festival, where our fire officers, we will be at the venue, assisting with fire prevention, evacuation procedures, rescue operations, emergency response, medical emergencies, etc. So we will also be assisting the emergency and law enforcement with any other activities at the venue. Suppose enough, you will be free. I can ensure that once the firefighters are there, once we see any sort of hazards, we will eliminate it very quickly, and any outbreak of any fire. We have our officers, we have fire extinguishers, will be at the venue, trained officers, and we will kind of show you that you will be safe at the venue at any time once any outbreak of any fire is to occur. We are appealing to parents. Do not leave their children unattended at home. We all know about the hazards at home. Having these children not be monitored, anything can happen. So we're asking parents to leave their children or leave a responsible adult with these children. And also don't forget to install the smoke detectors and ensure that they have the correct fire extinguishers mounted, and also have their emergency plan in place in an event of an emergency, and continue to practice it on a regular basis. So in an event of any sort of emergency, they can get out safe and can have these smoke detectors to alert them, and can also use these fire extinguishers to extinguish the fire in their incipient phase. So that is our plea to the residents and persons who wish to take part or go to have fun at the music festival. Ensure that the children are safe at home and ensure that they are with responsible adults.
I know they have babysitting services, so hopefully they can employ those babysitting services and ensure that the kids are not home alone. Because we know when things happen, the children will want to look for lighters, and if they know where the candles are, that's problems.
That's problems.
So yeah.
So these ones that babysitting.
There are babysitting services, so I think parents should look for those. Or if they don't want to pay, maybe ask their parents, but then the parents might say, it's not my kid. I don't know. I'm just saying.
What about the grandparents? You're going to leave them with the
That's
grandparents?
what I'm saying.
But the grandparents go
the
to sleep at 6.
Parents, exactly. That's what I'm saying. The parents might say, it's not my children. That's why I said it that way, kind of quiet, because they might say, oh, you're going out for leisure and leaving me with your children? No. But some grandparents are happy to have their grandkids, so yeah, but they are babysitting services, yeah.
Can they still play it, the grandparents?
I
When
don't
the
know,
children are on the tablets?
Well, if grand is gonna go to sleep at that time, then grand could get them to come off the tablets and put them in their beds as well. Yeah, fair enough.
Okay, hopefully.
Yeah.
But the last conversation we had, you said that there are babysitting services, but I just spoke about smoke detectors, fire evacuation plans, and fire extinguishers. As we know, that there's nothing mandatory.
And I keep asking y'all to make it mandatory.
Yeah, we will.
It makes sense. It will save many houses and many persons.
If it is mandatory, well, we know that how can you take your children from a safe area where you have all of these fire detection mechanisms, the smoke detectors and a fire extinguisher, take them to an area, another place where children are being monitored without. So you move from a safe area
But then you still want somebody to look over them, because we know once a child is quiet, most of the times, I'm going to say most, because not all quiet kids are up to something. They're up to something.
Yes.
So you still need supervision somehow,
Yes. Mm-hmm. And that is why we have our annual summer safety program. As we know that to educate the children, even though they are alone, they should not be, even where they are being supervised, they still have the knowledge that we would have taught them and continue to teach them about this fire safety and traffic safety, crime and violence. So this year our program again will be held from the 15th to the 19th of July at the Dr. William Connor Primary School. From 9 to 12, registration fee is $20. Our theme for this year is Big or Small, Fire Safety is for All.
No.
Yes. We have already started to collect a number of applications from the various private and public schools. And we already have a number of businesses who already came on board and started to donate quite handsomely.
Sweet. Yes. I like that, quite handsomely.
Quite handsomely. So both St. Kitts and Nevis, we will be having such a wonderful program come next month. So we're asking those businesses who have not yet donated, we know that you will. So we just want to say thank you to those who had, and thank you in advance to those who wish to assist in the development of our children.
How important is it for the businesses to donate to such a worthy cause?
Yes, because we'll be having a number of subject matters. Let's talk about fire safety. By having this program, the children will go home. Let's say TDC and Hartford and these big builders paradise who are selling the smoke detectors and these fire extinguishers. If they donate, and we ask the children to participate, and we teach them about this, and go home and tell your mom to go and purchase these fire fighting equipment, they will go to the same TDC, Hartford and builders paradise.
Yeah.
So as they donate to assist the children will go home and tell the parents to go out and patronize these businesses.
So it's a cycle.
It's a cycle.
Good stuff.
So it's right, and we're also asking these businesses, we have a little banner, any leaflet to give out that can market their business, their product. They can also come and have the banner, because on Friday, the 19th, we'll be marching through the streets of Bastille, from Greenlands to the Newtown playing field.
Okay.
So if National Bank, you have their banner, Baylor's Paradise, Hartford, any one of them can come and bring their staff so they can participate and actively showcase.
Yeah, promote their business at the same time.
So they give us donation, and we can assist you in marketing their product.
I like that.
It's a give and take.
Of course.
So we're asking parents to get your children registered. You can go at any primary school or public school within St. Kitts and Nevis and get their forms, pay the $20 donation, and we will get to school buses. Let us know if you like the children to be picked up and drop off to and from the venue, and we can assist in that regard. So that is it from the St. Kitts and Nevis Family Services as it relates to our upcoming events.
What is there a cutoff time for the forms to be filled for the parents that may be listening?
We go straight down to even June or throughout the camp. Person can just walk in, fill out the form, pay
drop off the
registration
kids.
fee, drop off the kids, and they'll be accepted.
Oh, okay. All right. No problem. Anything else you want to add?
Well, we have been seeing a number of brush fires throughout the Federation, both St. Kitts and Nevis. And there's no doubt in our mind that persons are not listening. And they'll just continue to let off the garbage in the yard or trying to burn out, I call it coach. Coach is thing, like a thing that flies away in the air and go on people's skin and itch them. You don't know about coach?
No.
Yeah.
Courage, yeah.
Coach, yeah.
What? No,
Yeah.
no. No.
Yeah.
For me, no.
It's
I
nasty.
don't.
It's nasty. He has his.
What is it?
His hair like spines. That. Oh God.
You mean
it's
like the
terrible.
things that fly in the air?
No.
Not that?
No, it's his plant that you touch, and he has his hair.
I know stinging nettle, but I never heard of
Yeah,
the
courage,
courage.
yeah. Mhm.
Is that a local word?
Yeah, I don't know if it's supposed to be French or something, but. Yeah.
I learned
Courage,
something
yeah.
new today. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, well, yeah, once
Not pleasant at all.
not pleasant. So once they're white, because they're like full, once wind start to hit.
Yeah, it looks like fur.
they
Yeah,
just
on the yeah, and
blow.
yeah.
Once I touch your skin, we say the best option is to go in the seawater.
That's what they said.
I believe some people say they just go to the seawater and get it out.
So it itches or something?
Itches very much.
You ever had the prickly pears?
No.
You know the fruit, the little reddish fruit that grows
No.
on the prickly pear, which is it's actually edible, but it has the same kind of
Lychee?
hairs. No.
Not lychee. Okay. No.
You know the thing that the Rastas wash their hair with?
No.
Cactus
Yeah, the cactus, the flat thing.
Okay, the
and he has a fruit in it.
the red?
Yeah,
Yes,
the
yes,
red
yes,
fruit.
yes.
It's sweet. Yeah, it's edible, but
Oh.
it
I
has the
never knew
same.
that.
It has the same. Exactly, looks like just like the courage thing on it. So it's kind of annoying when you. It's funny. Like I remember, I used to eat them all the time, and I'm like, I remember I picked a couple of months ago, and I was like, how did I used to eat this when I was a kid, and somehow the hairs never used to bother me.
But
And,
now,
like I actually had one hair on my thing,
Mhm.
and it piece of skin grew around it. I have a little
Ew.
yeah.
You mean
So-
from the same
from the
courage
same
thing touching you?
From the same prickly pear thing. Yeah, it's exactly the same thing like what's on the courage. Yeah.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I didn't know about that. So I learned something new today.
Yes, supposed to not tend to that bony feel. I mean, there's like a running plant, you know. It's not a physical plant. The one from like take over your whole mango tree, and once that is airborne now, it just affects person. Supposed to just try to light off the entire field to get rid of the courage. Because that fly inside your home can fly anywhere.
Oh God.
Yeah. Windows open, just fly right in your property. Supposed to try to light off. But that is nothing is wrong with that. We understand that because you cannot go in and cut down those trees. You know, you gotta make it worse. You might have to put on long
Oh my
sleeve.
God, yeah.
Yeah, fully protect your skin.
You need an
afterwards-
astronaut suit for that.
Yes. So best to burn. But just advise us, ask us to come along and assist, stay back against the wind. You kind of go in the direction in which the wind is blowing. Because they're burn, they're flying. Right? And we'll assist person with the burning of this courage. So that's one of the major issues that we are having, but it is not nice. Because once you have these flying embers, I saw you saw them yesterday.
Yeah.
Well, they're flying, have a flame on them.
Yeah, and that's why I tell you, it looked like from a movie that I watched.
Yeah.
With the embers just falling down. I was like, what?
And it's much closer to you, so I could see how that could be a
Listen,
thing.
I live in a zone where if anything goes wrong, I am toast, literally, because there's the fuel behind me, and then there's the field right there that often gets lit.
Oh.
Yeah.
In your town area?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Wow.
Do you guys have any way of knowing? I know that you can have fires that start, brush fires that start where, you know, maybe if you had like a bottle, like a piece of glass, like a bottle that happened to be in the field.
Yeah, and that's what they say with the sun.
Yeah. But can you guys tell when a fire was started like that?
No.
You can't?
Oh,
okay.
boy. So you can't even tell if it was lit either.
But you probably could, well, no, that might be difficult too as well, right?
It can.
It's probably easier in a house, like in a building,
Yes.
to tell. But I guess a field, it might
In a
be
field,
harder.
why not?
And you can't tell about arson in a field. Let's say a cigarette butt, or, well, that wouldn't be arson, but let's say
could
somebody threw a cigarette butt.
Let's say we have a shack,
Mhm.
right? And someone might have light off anything and throw it in.
Mhm.
You might be able to see whatever they
Okay.
use in the shack.
Okay.
But if they throw it in the field, everything is burned.
Okay, so
we
you
may-
wouldn't even tell if it was a cigarette
Okay,
butt, for
fair enough,
example.
fair enough.
But you're correct. During school, I don't remember what subject it was. Science, when you use a magnifying glass and we
Yes.
project it. Yes, it do happen. And once the time of the day is very, very, very hot, and we have a lot of big stones and those kind of things in the field, those also get heated. And because the moisture is being drawn out because of the heat, they just steady and get dry. Any heat come to a certain amount, everything just like that.
Wow.
Yeah. Anything that absorbs heat, once you absorb it, can always be given.
I remember as a kid, I always thought that that's something that couldn't happen down here. I always said, "Oh, that's probably like those American deserts or like the Sahara." I didn't think.
Yeah, but Australia and those
not
places.
the Sahara, because there's no bush to burn. Well, you get my point. Places that it gets really, really hot.
Because once you're driving and on a hot day, when wind start to come inside the sea.
Yeah.
Yeah, same thing.
It smells nice though.
Smell-
Yeah. Especially like at twilight, like dusk?
Yes.
It always smells nice when rain comes. You had a hot day and
Yeah, so we are here, the fire rescue services. We are always active due to, even though we have limited amount of manpower, officers constantly show up for work because they love the work that they do. They are very actively involved. They like when we go out and see the big blaze and going in the field and knocking down the fire. It brings a sort of energy and a lot more love for the work. So I want to say thank you to all the firefighters within St. Kitts and Nevis and around the world for being actively involved in this dangerous job that we live in our families day after day. To go out to put our life on the line to save others and ensure the safety of the visitors and residents within St. Kitts and Nevis.
Okay, well, this is a good time. It's 3 minutes until 10 o'clock. It's a good time to once again wish you guys a fire-free week. I mean, that didn't really go so well yesterday, but it could have been a lot worse, I'm sure. So,
They did well. They did well. As I said, I heard 2 appliances. I didn't go outside. When I did go outside, it was late in the night to hang out the other laundry that I had in the washer. And you just smelt it, but you didn't even see any smoke or anything. So kudos to you guys. Keep up the good work. And to us people, be mindful of what we light. Yes. Or if that was lit by humans or if it was just lit by the sun. Yeah, but let's just be mindful because let me tell you, when I saw those embers, I was particularly concerned because there's this one young lady, Tiki, she's right there, and the embers were coming down right there by her, and then eventually it was going down the line. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So happy Father's Day to all the fathers in St. Kitts and Nevis and to all the fire and rescue officers. We're going to continue to have a wonderful day with your family on Sunday. Even though they have to work, still Father's Day.
Listen, when you go, those guys are gonna get you. Listen, Mr. Clark, you're in trouble. You're in trouble.
Yeah, essential workers. You have to be there on the job.
Well, I hope although they're on the job that you guys are cooking them a nice buffet because they may not be able to, as you said, be at home. So have a nice buffet for the fellas. How about that?
Yes.
Yeah, and y'all have fun.
Thank you.
And I pray the guys don't get you when you go back.
Some firehouse steaks.
Yes. I know, jeez. Literally at the firehouse. Literally.
Okay. All right. So I'll see you next week. Yes, Fireproof will return next week. And don't forget, folks, stay tuned for the Spin Cycle Power Hour coming up at about 10:30. I'm going to give away the last ticket for the Four Seasons Father's Day brunch, which happens on, you guessed it, Father's Day. And okay, it was nice to have you back. Mm-hmm.
Nice to be back as well.
This week was quality over quantity.
Oh wow!
Mm-hmm. Usually it's quality and quantity, but I had to make do with quality this week.
Oh boy, and
just
you did well. So kudos to you. Thank you for holding down the ship. See, you're getting claps from us. We appreciate you holding down the ship. So see you on Monday, and happy Father's Day to all the fathers, including you, Jamster, and all the other dads around the world. Yeah.
Ditto. And happy. You have kids, right?
I wish not this at this moment.
Okay. Okay. No, that's a very
listen.
That's a very cryptic answer. Somebody just got in trouble, but anyway.
Oh boy.
Too funny.
Have a great one, all.
All right, we got Spin Cycle Power Hour coming up. Stay tuned.